Donald Trump is trying in whatever way he can to sell this trade war. Here's how he's talking about it, sort of frantically on Truth Social. He posted, "This is a great time to move your company into the United States of America, like Apple and so many others in record numbers are doing. Zero tariffs." He means here, like we're not doing tariffs on ourselves, which that's true, but you don't. Like what kind of, yeah, no, I mean, anyway, it's like me telling my wife, like, great situation you got at home. You don't have to pay rent. Well, no, normally you wouldn't. Again, such a weird way to sell this. Almost immediate electrical energy hookups and approvals. No environmental delays. Don't wait, do it now. So the idea that he can do like really fast electrical hookups sounds like what a failing mall would say to get JCPenney to come back or something. You're talking about our country this way. No environmental delays. Just a reminder to everyone that he will do whatever he wants. Let any company do whatever it wants to our environment. He's not gonna have any consideration for that. Make America healthy again, bear in mind. He then yells out, "This is a great time to buy," which maybe, I mean, the market is down. I guess it's a better time to buy, but that's just like a consequence. That's not, it doesn't make it okay. And then he says, "Be cool. Everything's gonna work out well. The USA will be bigger and better than ever before." And look, I just wanna say that like, if Joe Biden had presided over what's happened in the last 3 months and his only argument was, "Be cool, everybody," I don't think the Republicans would find it to be acceptable. And again, like I want to be fair. I look at these messages and I want to have faith for the future. I want some optimism or something. But like, I've looked at my 401k. I reserve the right to not be cool at all. And I know what like longtime viewers of the show are thinking, "John, you've never been cool." I know, but I'm gonna get even angrier. Anyway, that's what he's doing on Truth Social. He did give, as I said, that National Republican Congressional Committee dinner. And let's jump to just a little bit of, again, him trying to sell it to a room of people, almost all of whom have to pretend that they like it, but secretly they're stewing.
Right now, China's paying a 104% tariff. Think of it, 104%. Now, it sounds ridiculous, but they charged us for many items 100%, 125%. Many countries have. They've ripped us off left and right. But now it's our turn to do the ripping. China will, they want to make a deal. They really do. They want to make a deal. They just don't know how to get it started because they're proud people. China will now pay a big number to our treasury. This is all taxes. And don't let them keep telling you that this is a tax on our people. I hate that. You know, they say it's a tax. No, often much of it is paid. And hey, look what happened during my first term. I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They are dying to make a deal. Please, sir, make a deal. I know what the hell I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And you know what I'm doing too.
I know what you're doing. I think you're in like the last like pathetic days of what's left of your brain. I think it's falling apart inside of your head. I think that all of the weird glitches and mistakes you were making in speeches where you just stand and stare off into the distance or forget what you were gonna say and just sway to music, I think that is now having dire policy implications. I think that's what's happening. Also, you've surrounded yourself with a bunch of yes men toadies who won't tell you that this is a terrible direction to go in. And are there people telling him to, like begging him, kissing his ass to make a deal? Yes, I think that there are. Maybe some of the smaller countries or whatever. I don't think China's doing that. I think American business people are doing that. I think they're desperately trying to get him to back off of this. And then the lies, the constant lies. They're paying 104% tariff. No, they're not. US businesses are. American consumers are. We're hearing reports of Amazon having to cancel a bunch of their suppliers who are in China because it's just not tenable at this point. And so, no, that's not how it works at all. And then he tries to turn it around and he tells a lie. Again, they clap when he's like, "Don't tell me it's a tax on consumers." And they clap. Every single one of them knows it's a tax on consumers. Every single one of them. Every one of them has looked at their investment accounts. They've lost tens, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars, but they have to clap. Oh, they don't want to be caught on camera not clapping. And so, wait a second. Okay, let's say that I'm wrong and you're right. Or more importantly, not that I'm wrong, but that everyone who knows what tariffs are is wrong. And okay, it's actually the foreign country that pays for it, okay? So it's not American consumers that pay when they buy stuff from China with the jacked up tariff or whatever. It's China that pays for it. Okay, well in that case, they just jacked up the tariff on us, which I have said is gonna lead to them buying less of our stuff because Chinese consumers will not be able to afford it. But apparently it's worse than that. Apparently our US government is paying that. Because if that's how it works, Trump, and you just said that's how it works, well, they have basically the same tariff on us. So why have you put us in this position where we're paying the Chinese government millions, billions of dollars so that our business, because again, that's not how it works, but that's what he would have you believe. It is just sheer madness. Sharon, what do you think?
I feel like I'm in some kind of heavyweight bout and I'm just beaten about the face. I'm on the ropes, the bell rings, and finally I'm trying to tap out. I want you to call it. And they're saying, oh, it's okay. Just relax. It's okay. It's lunacy. And why is he doing this? Stupid, I guess. I mean, he doesn't know how to moonwalk out of this thing, and we are just going to pay. Your whole thing where you broke it down and kind of made this correlation, like if we're paying here, then how come we're not paying? He's never gonna cop to it, okay? We are holding the bill. And frankly, not as much leverage as even Americans who are desperate believe. You mentioned China, you're so right. They have the leverage and they can kick it up 10 notches tomorrow if they want.
And look, I would have said they can't and we can't. We're at 104% tariffs or whatever. But like, to everybody, I know that like we're so caught up in like the flood of news, the tsunami of news. Remember when he announced he's gonna be doing like 30% tariffs and everyone was like, oh my God, 30%? I thought 10 was crazy. 30's now nothing. And by the way, one of the ways that might sort of bite us on the ass is if he pretends that he got some sort of deal, or let's say hypothetically he got some sort of deal and then just takes it down to 30%, a lot of people might be like, oh, well, I guess that's better. But no, but that still is gonna have the exact same negative impact on both sides of the deal that we said it would before he announced it. And so we're just in this horrid situation. And by the way, I know not a lot of people want to mention like specifics or anything, but I see people posting in the comments about how much this has cost them. Like you see in the news, like who's the Barstool Sports guy who's like he lost $7 million or so far, and then the podcaster that gave Trump a Rolex or whatever is down 10 million. Okay, those are big numbers. Whatever, I don't care so much about that. But like when a regular person is like, I've lost $10,000 from my retirement account, I've lost 20, I've lost 50, like. The Barstool dude, he's got 7 million more dollars. He probably has 700 million. I don't know. He's gonna be fine. But these people, regular people, some of them in the chat, like this is their entire life savings. This is all they have to go for. They might have to work more years till they die, till they drop. And again, we're getting no empathy, no compassion. All we're being told is be cool and you secretly like it. And honestly, for a guy who has received as many accusations of sexual assault as Donald Trump has, being told that you secretly like what he's non-consensually doing to you and your family, I would probably move in a different direction. In any event, I also just want to place a cap on this and then we'll end. Donald Trump, amidst all of those other True Social messages, says it is imperative that Republicans in the House pass the tax cut bill now. Our country will boom. And I think he's being very honest there. He is desperate to get that passed now as fast as possible because he can see people turning against him, against the Republicans, against their economic policy. And the idea, oh my God, the sheer gall that as you've decimated people's retirement accounts, as their future is evaporated before their very eyes, you're gonna then simultaneously hand $5 to $10 trillion over to the richest people in the country. That's bold, I'll give him that. Anyway, any final comment?
No, but I almost gagged on my coffee as you started my chai. Started talking about the assault and whether the women like it or not, and you're enjoying this. It's just so gross, and it is what he's doing. It's in all phases of his life, actually, and I don't even mean to, minimize the assaults, but it is in all phases. He only knows one way of getting things done: bully, press through. I'm not a huge football fan, but I did some sideline reporting. How many times are you going to run it up the middle? Okay, it's dead there. Okay, pass maybe. Okay, a little trick play. I don't know. I mean, am I making any sense?
Yeah, is anything?
Yeah,
We're
that's
doing
true.
our best.
I'll fit right in.
The news rarely does. Anyway, I'm just like, it's so chaotic that like as we're recording this, I'm just wondering like, I wonder what's on the New York Times front page right now. I wonder what development they're 300% tariffs. A cruise missile every time you go reciprocal. I don't know.